Hello, and this is vlog number 2.6 for AP Seminar. And yeah, this time we're back in my room, not going outside because it's raining right now. But this week was a very eventful week, to put it the least. Um, we had the presentation, decompressing about the presentations, and then picking our new groups. So it moved really fast. So I'm back to doing something I love, which is like researching about different topics that I don't know. So yeah, I'm happy to be back. So let's start with the presentation. This time I felt very confident going into the presentation. Me and Linuka, we practiced a lot. We worked on the presentation a lot over Thanksgiving break, and I feel like the way we put it together was really good. And going in Tuesday, um, and watching all those other presentations, it really I thought it was going to make me more nervous when I was going up to present mine, but it was the other way around. I felt more at ease. I was more confident, and I don't know. It was just like it clicked at the moment. Like it was like me and the presentation were one in a way. Uh, it was very easygoing attitude for me. Like I didn't have any nervous energy. At least I felt I didn't have any nervous energy, and yeah, so neither did Lenuka because we were both in harmony together, and I felt that it worked really well. I mean, some of our peers had amazing presentations, like the one about prisons, private prisons, that was amazing. Microplastics was phenomenal, and the one about bricks also was very intriguing. And yeah, I mean, there were some very amazing presentations, and there were some that were not so good presentations. Um, and one thing I was not really concerned about, but like somewhat paying attention to, was the defense questions, because I looked at it that morning for the first time, and I was just going over all the questions. I'm like, oh yeah, I mean, if she asked me anything about Lenuka or Carolina, I'll be able to answer it. I didn't think you were gonna ask me anything about Carolina, but you ended up asking either way. So that was that was good actually, because and that way we can show how we played it out as a team. But anyway, going into the presentation, when I was walking up the stage, I was like really feeling really confident. I had a little clicker thingy, so I was able to kind of channel some of the nervous energy through the pointer. But going back to the presentation, okay, at first, me and Lenuka were very keen on using note cards for some of our crucial points, but Lenuka ended up making some note cards, and I did not, because I didn't want to be constantly looking down into the note cards. It looks very it doesn't look as confident as you would, because I knew the topic in and out. Uh, I knew what was in the presentation, so I feel like I had enough knowledge on it that I didn't need the note cards, which ended up working well for me. Some groups, on the other hand, when they were presenting with their note cards, it was like they're constantly looking down like this. It's like when teachers go to their teachers in class when they catch someone like looking at their phone. It was like very obvious onto what was happening there. So yeah, I feel like I didn't need note cards because I knew the topic in and out very well, and that's another thing. Me and Lunuka did a really good job. I knew Lunuka made note cards, but I never saw him looking at it throughout the presentation. So this is room for thought. And one of the things that was very negative about our presentation, me personally, was we went over time. Just the two of us, we went 11 minutes and 17 seconds, which is kind of bizarre actually, because it's. I mean, but then again, when the questions are being asked, I feel like we had a very technical topic, and for us to ensure that the audience knew what we were talking about, we're not just yapping about it. I feel like we needed to explain it thoroughly and sort of teach it in a way, so that it's not just me regurgitating information on the slide, it's me actually teaching what was on the slide. So I feel like that was one of the reasons where we went overboard with it. Um, but other than that, I feel like we did a good job. Looking back in our presentation, there were some times when I started to ramble a little bit, and I feel like at that point, it was just my mistakes were being too obvious, and I was trying to correct it, but I don't know. And yeah, it felt like it was kind of off at some points when I started rambling, but I managed to gather myself back and focus on the topic, I would say. So as far as the presentation went, it went really good. Team wise, we've had some issues, and I don't know if I want to make. I think I already made the dirty air pretty clear last time about uh, our third teammate Carolina, about some of her some of the things that she had written down. So I feel like going into the team selection, which happened the day after, I mean that for me that moved very quick. Honestly, I felt like after that we would like learn something else, and then we would go back into it. But no, it was like that's done. That's again. You go at it again. So um, I personally did not want to work with Carolina again, given that the IRR was very poorly written. And when I got her lens, I mean, it was like me doing a whole another IRR all over again, like doing different research and everything. It was something I did not want to do again. And going forward, I feel like I need a team member who I can count on to do good research, and not me being the research police and going after them and then doing my own research afterwards. That's not something you're supposed to do. This is supposed to be a very cohesive process, not one member sucks, so you gotta take the weight on your shoulders. It shouldn't be like that. And going into it, I really wanted to work with either me or Nuka, which is kind of weird because every time when we pick teams in anything in life, right, in my life at least, um, I was always like one of the, I wouldn't say last, but like somewhat toward the last to be picked. But like this time, me and Lanuka did a really good job of it, and it felt like everyone wanted to work with us. And honestly, that felt really good. I mean, it's a feeling that you don't feel often, so it's obviously good to relish it when you do. So, Anna is also, amazing presenter, and then she knows her stuff, and she's accountable too. So, working with her is going to be a new opportunity, and then working with Tony and Enrique, I know the guys, we're friends, but when it comes to class, we're laser focused. Like we don't get anything get in the way, and I feel like having it was the same with Lanuka. Like we were really good friends in out of class, but when it comes to our presentations and everything in our schoolwork, we're dead serious. Laser sharp. Nothing gets in the way. And I feel like having relationships like that is the way to go. And our peer did a really good job of making sure the things worked. It's not like how fourth period had, where they had two power groups and the rest were dysfunctional. That's not the way to go. Like I remember the nutrition group with Felix, Manaya, Jaden, and Sabrina. That one was a power group. Another one with Aiden and Andrew, and then you have the rest, which are kind of fumbling. Like they're missing structure. And going back to the team selection Friday, I heard the best way to put it is I heard what went on there, and frankly, seeing my friend Felix, Felix and me were tight, we're close, and then to see him completely broken down and in tears in that position, which Andrew put him, there's no words for it. We have 8.7 period together, and me and Felix, we were talking about it. Actually, me, Samuel, Manaya, Lanuka, we were all talking about it. Ikram too, on what went wrong in fourth period discussion. Because me and Lanuka, we were talking about what happened in our period and how cohesive everything was. Like everyone wanted to play as a team, and how some of those fundamentals were missing in what fourth period had. And I mean, it's just so sad to see like Felix broken down like that, because I've never seen him broken down like that. It was like to the point he was gonna burst into tears, and it's just horrible what happened there. And I know that the resource extraction group wasn't the strongest. I know that, but I also feel like giving each other a chance is also another thing, because nobody wanted to give Adam another chance, and I feel like that's just very sad. And I stand by my word. If I wasn't fourth period, I would have stood up to work with Adam, because I believe in everyone getting an equal chance. I've been the kid Adam is, but like no one wanting to work with you, so I know what it's like. So I would have stood up against all odds. Just stay with Adam. But either way, I feel like we did a really good job of our presentation, and looking at how things are right now, our group right now is looking very strong. We need some people to have generative ideas, and I feel like me and Henrique can bring that to the team. And as far as critiquing goes, Tony's really good at that. Not that I'm trying to persuade anything else, but just saying in general that um, having feedback spontaneous is a very good thing. So I feel like having that dynamic in our group is really good, and I like the way that we're heading, and I'm really optimistic about the near future. And when we do present for our AP exam, so yeah, that's that. That was an eventful week. Had the SATs yesterday, so that was okay. I had a swim meet today also, and I got first place for the first time. So that was, yeah, good things in the week, and yeah, and now I stuffed myself at lunch, and now I just gotta look forward to going to school tomorrow. So anyway, yeah, that was last week, and a very eventful week, and yeah, look forward to more adventures in the future. Thank you. Have a good one.